Hello, Grace. Welcome back to our reading plan. Today is June 30th, and we are looking at mostly Isaiah, looking at chapter 13 through 16. Now, this section of Isaiah is the beginning of the second group of prophecies in the book of Isaiah. And it's different than the first section. This first section is kind of prophesying the judgment of Israel because they're resisting God. And this section begins with the judgment of Babylon, or Assyria, which has come to oppress Israel. Now they are going to be oppressed by Babylonians, and the Babylonians are going to be destroyed as well. And so as we look at the rest of chapter 13, 14, 15, 16, it's judgment against the nations, against the pagan society that is judging and resisting the ways of the Lord in the same way that Israel is resisting the ways of the Lord. And so the Israelites would read this, or the people initially, the audience reading this, would have read this in a way that it would bring hope to them, that they would see that the reason that they need to endure their oppression, that they need to endure their exile from from their land to Babylon, is because Babylon will be judged. And they are being judged. It says that that Babylon was an instrument of God's judgment. But now Israel sees that we need to repent. And the reason we need to do this is because those who are living outside of God's plan, God's will, are going to be judged as well. And so this would bring hope to the original readers. This is the earliest form of resistance literature, saying we can overcome if we turn to God, because God will be with us. We see that in chapter 14, that he will bring Israel back to himself. He'll bring all the nations that seek to follow him back to himself. And so that is how they would read it, a hopeful way. And actually we see this in the end of chapter 13. It actually reminds us of chapter 18 of Revelation, because Babylon will be completely desolate, right? In Revelation 18, it says that woe to Babylon, that used to be so wonderful, but now it is only for impure spirits and unclean animals and scavengers. And we see in Isaiah 13, there's owls and jackals, and where there used to be luxury and dancing is no more. So it connects this reality that Babylon will be destroyed, but in Revelation it says not only will Babylon be destroyed, but every culture against God will be brought low. And that is what we see here, is that this is a reversal of the fortunes of the people of God, is that they are going to be restored. Now, I want to address something really hard. That's hard for a lot of people as they read Isaiah, is chapter 13, verse 16, where there's the infants that are killed, the babies who are killed, the wives who are sexually assaulted, raped. And this is horrifying imagery. And people have cited this as being reasons they don't believe in the God of the Bible. But what I want to highlight here is this is not God saying that this is okay to do. This is the reality of the ancient Near Eastern cultures, is that they would do everything they could to humiliate the other side. And this also could be imagery of what is happening to Babylon. Babylon is humiliated. Everything that they put their hope in, their fertility, their children, everything that was near and dear to them would be brought low, would be no more. So while this is really difficult for us to read, it actually shows us that there's this trauma response that's happening in Israel, that they are reading this and they're seeing God is going to avenge us in the way that Babylon oppressed us. They will also be judged. And so when we read these things, we are rightly horrified by them, but we should see them as a way, in a different way, as being that those who are being oppressed and those who are oppressors, they're going to be humiliated. They're going to be brought low. They're going to be judged. Everything that they put their hope in will be taken away. Their luxury, their spouses, they put their hope in their kids. They put their hope in these different idols, and they are going to be taken away. And God is going to restore Israel. He's going to restore those who love Him. And so I hope that you are able to get through this reading and see that, wow, it's really rough for those who are against God. For those who will be judged, they're going to be humiliated. And so what we want to see is we want to see that God is going to restore His people. And we want to endure in the same way Israel had to endure. We want to endure because we want to be worthy of the call that God has placed on us. We want to be His bride so that we can enjoy the freedom that is ours forevermore. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.